as Armagan was mentioning, I'm Juan. I'm from Obol Labs. I'm working very closely with the go-to-market team, leading the go-to-market efforts for Obol. I've been working with the team for the past year and a half now, and yeah, we are leading and pioneering the evolution of distributed validator technology in the Ethereum ecosystem. So first, I think I'd like to start. How do we go from solo staking to squad staking? And I think one of the most useful things here is to understand a bit better what's the current state of the validator stack today. So right now, if you think of a validator, what we think of is generally, a single operator running a single machine with a single private key. So with distributed validator technology, what we have now is a scenario where you go from like a monolith to a modular validator stack. And what does this mean? It means that instead of having a single operator, now we have multiple operators working together as a squad. Instead of having a single machine, we now have multiple machines. And instead of having a private key in just one machine, we have multiple private key shares. So generally, if we wanted to like coin this term, and I think this image is very, very helpful to understand, is what distributed validators enable is you now have a single validator being run by multiple machines and by multiple people. So right now they operate as a squad, and that's where the term comes from. So we have squad staking. So how does squad staking generally help solo stakers? I think right now distributed validators, provide several opportunities for solo stakers, but I think diving into some of the key benefits is super, super useful. So right now, if I had to say the first one and the one that resonates the most is you right now with a distributed validator do not need to be 24/7 checking on your machine. This means you can go on holiday, you can rely on your mates who are basically gonna be if your node ever goes down, you actually do not need to worry because you can have greater uptime. So generally, when we think about this new modular validator stack, you can think of we have 4 different validator stacks here, each running a different execution and consensus client, and also providing higher fault tolerance for the validator. Now, one of the key things here to understand as well is you can be running all these different software clients in conjunction. So you can be running a pair of Nimbus and Ref, a pair of Prism and Nethermind. Everyone that's part of this squad can be running a different consensus and execution client, which means you're going to have higher diversity, and it means if you have any software bug as well, the validator would still be working, and means you have a higher resilience for the network as well. Another one that I think is super cool is the fact that you can create a squad where each member of the squad you can learn and support from each other. What does this mean? So generally, I'm a non-technical person. So when I think about running a validator, it seems like extremely complex because I'm not super familiar with I haven't like a technical background. But when I think of a squad, one of the really cool things is that perhaps within the squad there can be a leader or 2 leaders who are like super technical and can help me run this validator, and we can support each other. And for example, if I need to troubleshoot or debug my machine, I can actually rely on other people. And if my machine goes down, as I was mentioning before, you still have uptime. So for example, let's have a look at this image we have on the left. We have 4 nodes here, which generally means 4 operators. So this enables a threshold of 3 out of 4. So if any one pure person here goes down and we have 3 online instead of the full 4, the validator is going to continue to operate, which is super cool. And finally, we greatly reduce what we call Byzantine risk. What does this mean? So before, trusting or delegating stake to solo stakers was primarily a concern because you were trusting you're trusting as an operator which you don't know to validate for you and to perform the duty well. So generally, what protocols have been doing is, you can provide a bond. But what's super cool about solo stakers using DVT means that right now, instead of holding the full private key and having the possibility to really do damage to the protocol, right now they only hold a key share and they're working within a cluster. So what they can actually do from like a Byzantine perspective is actually very limited, and this can provide many cool benefits. For example, with Rocket Pool, maybe this could even reduce further the bond that you have working for the protocol. But also, I think in general, the fact that at some point you're gonna be able in a permissionless way. And that's part of our V2, means that the fact that we have Byzantine fault tolerance, you can actually provide these very robust validators where the trust assumptions are greatly reduced. And I have one valid where I think that it's also very relevant, perhaps not so much for Gnosis because the collateral requirements are a bit lower, well, significantly lower than compared to Ethereum. But when I think of an Ethereum validator, you need to put up today $100,000 roughly at current prices, which is a lot. If you're running a squad, that number can go down. You can basically be running a squad of 4 people, 7 people, or even 10 people, and divide that 32 ETH across multiple entities or multiple operators. So squad staking, who does it apply to? I mean, it's the spectrum is super broad here. So we can have home stakers, we can have teams on DAOs, we have universities, communities. I think the spectrum is super broad. We can have professional node operators. I mean, the cool thing about these new DV clusters with multiple operators operating together is we can bring a wide array or a very highly diverse operator community, and they can all operate together. And I think I was chatting with Armagan the other day and basically showing him a couple options. But the cool thing here is we could have in this squad, someone who's highly proficient running validators, but also someone who's slightly more inexperienced, and you can still have an incredibly effective validator because you have this healthy mix. And given that you have fault tolerance and a threshold of operators that need to be online for the validator to be effective, this means we can actually create very, very highly resilient validators with high diversity, which is super cool. And I think I just want to flash a few of the entities we have been working with, bringing home staking and squad staking into the fold. We've been working super close with Ethereum Mexico. They are primarily focused in benefiting public goods, and we think distributed validators are definitely one of the biggest public goods currently in the Ethereum ecosystem, and also now in the Gnosis ecosystem. We're working super closely with DV stakers. They were the ones behind setting up the first DV nodes in Kenya, which was super cool. We've also been working very closely with ETH staker around education and educating their community around DVT and the staker community in general. Superfizz, he's one of the biggest advocates of distributed validators. I think Superfizz is probably one of the he's holding the decentralization flag very high up in the sky. So we set up the first organic community DB cluster with him on mainnet. We've also been working very closely with Aragon. Basically designing multiple Web3 initiatives for people and teams to start running nodes. SheFi was also a very cool one. We trained over 600 women on running validators. Still, the presence of women in Web3 is pretty low, but SheFi is doing great work, and they are also a very close partner of ours. So basically teaching and expanding staking education across the women's spectrum. And finally, one of the ones I really want to bring up today is that yesterday there was a workshop hosted by Aya. They are setting up the first Obol DB testnet clusters in a hacker house in Ghana. Aya is one of the biggest Web3 education organizations in Africa. Basically yesterday they hosted this workshop was super cool. We as Obol, we're providing support for them. We're providing materials. I think we are bringing more nodes online in where I think underrepresented regions. Africa is one of them. So I wanted to discuss a bit more what we're doing with Gnosis, which is super exciting. It's actually the first time we're on another chain. We grew as a project working on Ethereum, but as you guys all know, Gnosis is super tied to Ethereum, we're super excited to be working with Gnosis, bringing distributed validators into the Gnosis chain. So this first initiative has been 2 distributed validator clusters, each running with 4 operators, and the composition of these clusters has been primarily members of the Ethereum and Gnosis operator community. For this first initiative, what we prioritized was primarily bringing highly experienced node operators, because it's always when you go first, running software, there can be issues. But I'm very happy to say that these first DB clusters have been very successful. We're still waiting to activate the second one, but yeah, we're doing super good progress. And the main objective of this initiative is to further decentralize the Gnosis chain. And yeah, I think one of the cool things we're planning here is expanding this initiative. Once we are super sure, that DB clusters work as they should. We can bring solo stakers and community operators into the fold, and I think this is gonna be this could be great for Gnosis Chain. One of the super cool facts that I saw on Twitter the other day is, Gnosis is already doing great. So if you have a look at the composition of how many node operators are, solo stakers within the Gnosis chain, we already have 23% of node operators running on DApp nodes, which is super cool. I think if we compare to Ethereum, the number is much lower. I saw last year some studies made by Rated Network. They are building an Ethereum Explorer, and it's basically a tool to analyze the staking ecosystem on Ethereum. And the study they provided was roughly that between 4 and 5% were solo stakers in Ethereum. So there's still a lot of work to do there. But yeah, it's great to see that in Gnosis Chain you guys are already doing great work. But yeah, I think I also want to share a few other initiatives that we're leading currently and we've led for solo and home stakers. So right now, one of the biggest work streams we have as well is what we call the Obol Technical Credential. So what the Obol Technical Credential is primarily an on-chain attestation of DV experience. So the credential system is actually pretty simple. It credentializes either your experience working on testnet, so running distributed validators on testnet, and for that you get the base and bronze credentials. But if you're already running distributed validators on mainnet, what you get are the silver and gold credentials. And these are essentially on-chain credentials, which prove the ability of you to run high-performance distributed validators. And it's recognized by liquid staking protocols that are looking for community node operators, such as Lido, which I'm going to dive into a bit later as well. But yeah, I think it's super cool. You can, if you're running a distributed validator and you have experience, you can get credentialized for it, and then you can go and show to the rest of the staking community that you have this credential, and this will probably open up opportunities for you, as I'm going to dive into a bit later. One of the I think this is another super cool program we're leading as well. It's called the Staking Mastery Program, which is essentially, if you have a look at what are the biggest gaps currently for running a validator is education. So what have we done? We have basically signed a program which allows you, if you can basically have zero experience running validators, and you can become what we call a staking master. So there's going to be a budget for this. There's going to be educational resources. Obol Labs is going to be basically taking you through a whole work stream where you're going to have access to discounted hardware. You're going to have access to education. And from there, we can teach you how to run distributed validators. And yeah, it's something that what we call the staking masters. So if you go through this process and there's going to be testing and there's going to be multiple steps until you become a staking master. But once you do, I think you can have this similar to the Obol Technical Credential. How you have both badges that basically attest to the fact that you can run distributed validators, and this will open up opportunities for you in the staking ecosystem. So yeah, going more specifically into what opportunities this brings. Right now, Lido is launching the testnet for the community staking module. As you guys know, Lido, as part of their V2, is currently focused on decentralizing through different modules. The first module outside of the curated module that went live, I think already a month and a half ago, was a simple DBT module, of which we've been a part of. Right now, that module is set to be at almost 4% of total Lido stake, so that's going to grow significantly. But yeah, the simple DBT module was primarily a very healthy blend of professional node operators with solo stakers. And now the next module that they're going to launch is the community staking module. And for this module in particular, we're going to have testnet in July. It's already approved by the Lido to proceed to mainnet. And if you guys want to have early access and you're solo stakers and you want to have early access to this Lido community staking module, you can basically show that you have a technical credential if you have this on-chain attestation, they will let you have early access to run in testnet, and yeah, possibly, well, if you're successful in testnet, we begin receiving delegations of validators in the coming months. So yeah, this is a super cool initiative. We're also working very closely with EtherFi on Operation Solo Staker. So this was an opportunity that began last year for solo stakers to operate nodes, and yeah, I think it's been a wide success. We now have solo stakers operating nodes for EtherFi in 35 plus countries and the six continents. Through this initiative, we also deployed the first DV setups using Starlink in Kenya, which was crazy, but yeah, super fun. And here there are no bonding requirements. You just need basically the experience and the dedication, because we've also partnered with DAppNode. So DAppNode provides the hardware, Obol provides the software to run distributed validators, and EtherFi provides the collateral. So basically, all you need is the experience. But yeah, if you guys want to check out and learn more about squad staking, we have created this website called squadstaking.com. You can check out pretty much everything I covered today on the presentation. And yeah, I'm happy to open it up for questions. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to the Gnosis team for hosting us. We're super excited to be working on another chain outside of Ethereum, and I think Gnosis is a perfect fit. We're super aligned on how we view the blockchain world. Decentralization is our number one flag as well. So yeah, I'm gonna pause there. Happy to take any questions. And yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you, Juan. It was super nice presentation. If you have any questions, please share it at the chat box, or if you want to talk, I can give you a microphone.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think as honestly, the approach and the efforts of Obol and Gnosis for staking are quite aligned. Working with the Obol is a very great pleasure from my side. They have a highly impressive programs such as squad staking, and also educational and supportive programs such as Techno credentials. Additionally, for example, ensuring the decentralization of all liquid staking protocols to wish to launch on the Gnosis chain. Obol will be crucial for the health of the network to providing a DV cluster. It provides a fundamental technical feature for us, so it's very, very important. Yeah, one question from Eagle. Is the collateral always evenly distributed amongst operators?
Not necessarily. So when we provide collateral for this validator, it can be one operator, it can be multiple. Generally, there is only one person doing the deposit, but the contributor of the collateral, that's up to the operators to decide, and it happens off chain. So the agreement of how much collateral each operator provides happens off chain. Yeah. Then the deposit happens on chain, but how we get to the deposit, that's basically up to the operators. It doesn't need to be evenly distributed. So for example, when right now these Gnosis clusters, the deposit is being made by only one operator, which is in this case Gnosis. But generally, I think, yeah, if you think about other clusters, I provide this is a benefit specifically for solo stakers, because when we think about Ethereum, you generally have to provide 32 ETH, and 32 ETH is generally a barrier to entry for many people. So in that scenario, let's say you have 4 people that, yeah, they don't have 32 ETH by themselves. Well, they can come together, and yeah, in that way they can split it evenly.
Perfect. Any other questions, or I can ask some questions? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, could you provide some information about the current testing phase on Gnosis Chain and what is the next step for the Obol side?
Yes, of course. So right now, the main things we were testing were how the effectiveness of the validators was. Basically, we wanted to make sure that the effectiveness was very similar to our Ethereum validators. So far, so good. So we have had very solid attestation effectiveness. I think proposals are also working fine as well at the moment. So block proposals are working fine as well. And now the next big step is, testing, that these validators can be exited and that the rewards were distributed accordingly. And what do I mean by this? So we have designed a Obol. One of the really cool features we have is we have a set of smart contracts which allow you to split rewards across the different operators on chain in a non-custodial manner. So on Gnosis, we had to make a few tweaks to these smart contracts to basically, instead of taking in ETH, taking an ERC20 token, which in this case is GNO. And from there, the smart contracts have worked as expected. So right now, the final step to make sure that this whole testing effort has been successful is making sure that we can exit the validators, we can return the principal to where it should return. And from there, we can. It's basically success on all fronts, and we can call it a successful testing effort.
Looks really nice. One last question from Chewy. Will current operators get a chance to participate in testnet clusters?
Yes, Chuy, this is for. Are you referring to Gnosis in particular, or also to Ethereum, or both?
Yeah, both will be nice.
Both. So yeah, I mean, for if you want to participate on Gnosis, I think we need to design this with Armagan. But yeah, probably the next step, once we confirm this first testing effort is successful, is bringing more people into the fold. So yeah, I think we still need to design this with Armagan, but soon we'll have more updates on this front. And the idea is to further decentralize the Gnosis chain and bring more operators into the fold. So we definitely are super excited to work with Gnosis on this, and we'll probably have more updates to share with you on this soon. On Ethereum specifically, right now for the CSM, if you wanted to participate on the Lido community staking module, what you need to do is get the Obol technical credential, which certifies you have experience running distributed validators. And this can be either on testnet or on mainnet. But if you get the technical credential, you can have early access to this testing effort on Lido. And on EtherFi, if you guys already have experience running nodes and you want to reach out to me privately, I'm more than happy to see what I can do on that front. I think EtherFi is currently receiving more applications. So yeah, I can share the form with you, and you can apply for the form.
Any other questions? Last questions to Juan? All right. I think, yeah, if you receive any other questions, I will share with you one. After
Sounds
that, we
good.
will share on our social media channels. Okay, thanks for participation and thanks for the great presentation. Yeah, we are looking forward to implement the Obol DB cluster on Gnosis Chain. Super excited.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure working with the Gnosis team. And yeah, we're happy to keep pushing forward. Yeah, super excited from our side. So thanks for having me, and see you on the next one. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, our next speaker is Egor. Egor will give us some core development updates. So yeah, welcome Egor. Feel free to share your updates.
Thank you, Arman, and hello everyone. Nice to be here. So I would like to start from the client side updates. The Nethermind team is currently upgraded their block processing time, and like current block processing speed on the Nethermind client improved significantly, as well as they are now carefully checking everything on Shutter side, since launching of Shutter functionality may affect how execution client will work itself. So currently they are very carefully reviewing this functionality and testing everything, preparing as much as they can for the release. On the Geth side, currently work in progress on bringing Chiada support. And there are also currently efforts to bring a ref execution client. I guess it's ref is a paradigm project to build like modular execution client, which is very efficient on Rust. So their efforts just started to add Gnosis Chain support, and we hope that it will be faster than with Geth, because we can like reuse accumulated experience with the Geth efforts to bring support for Gnosis faster. As well as we are currently working on improving our testing environment, since we are really desire to have wide client diversity on Gnosis Chain. And client diversity means that we will have more clients, and it requires more stable and rich testing environment. So we currently forked Ethereum tests, and also we are working on adding like Geth to the Hive tests, as well as improving coverage. Also, I have a small note regarding the autoclaims. So we fixed the problem that some of validators reported, that autoclaims were claim like insignificant, like small, like dusty amount of GNO every time while this amount is distributed. So note please that currently the minimal time delay before claims is 1 day. And regarding the Spectra hard fork, which is like upcoming hard fork, there are no much to say at that point, since there are no dates stated, and we are not currently sure what EIPs will be included. For now, we can say that probably maybe one EIP, which is 7002, may require our specific attention. We are currently doing research if we should do specific treatment for this functionality, or we are okay with Ethereum variant of this EIP. In short term, this EIP is for triggering withdrawals and voluntary exits for validators from the execution layer. So it may require some our attention, since fee is not burned on Gnosis Chain. It is collected by fee collector. And I guess that's all I have to say so far. Thanks for listening, and back to you, Arman.
Thank you, Gor. If you have any questions, feel free to share on the chat box. I think no one has any question. Okay. Okay, right now, thank you, Igor, for the giving a fantastic updates from our core development side. I will share my screen now, and I want to give some updates from Gnosis Validator ecosystem side. All right, can you see my screen? All right, let's get started. Final check. Sorry, guys. All right. First update is Gnosis and Gnosis Chain and DAppNode home updates. Our campaign is currently still goes on. If you have any desire for the buying a DAppNode, please choose the Gnosis Chain specific one, and you will be receive a free GNO. This campaign still continue. If you have any questions about any hardware specific, please reach out to Drew from DAppNode. He will share your more details about the hardware. And another one is a Gnosis Pay campaign for the Gnosis Chain validators. With this coupon, with this code, not GC 1000 and FF, you will receive your Gnosis Pay card for free. The Gnosis Pay team is giving a 100% discount for Gnosis Chain validators. If you want to buy a Gnosis Pay card, you can use this coupon, and after that, you will receive your card. Yeah, DAppCon is ended, and how much is maybe 3 weeks? Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago, DAppCon is ended. So we uploaded all the fantastic talks on DAppCon YouTube channel. So please watch every video specifically on staking and validator side. For example, Lion gave a fantastic presentation about the future stable fee and gas features about the Gnosis chain, and also Jordan from Stakewise gave a presentation about the upcoming Stakewise version 3, and also, of course, the Yannick from Shutter. He gave a presentation about the Shutter's Gnosis chain. Yeah, lots of fantastic talks over there. Please check out the DAppCon YouTube channel. I would like to share some details about our ongoing works. Gnosis VIP is ended. Rewards has sent to all participants, all eligible participants. Please check out your wallet if you are eligible participants. Stakewise version 3 and the vaults. Stakewise team shared some information about the upcoming version 3 launch. In 2 weeks, they want to launch their product. Currently, they are doing a final audit and testing stuff. After that, Stakewise version 3 will launch on Gnosis Chain. Shutter's Gnosis Chain also will launch on July 11. So the team shared the details about the upcoming launch, and also we are discussing about how we can intensify the validators participation. So yeah, it's a super nice development side on Gnosis Chain. Feel free to ask any question to the Shutter team how we can participate as a validator, as a node operator on Shutter's Gnosis Chain. As one mentioned before, the Obol DVT testing is going really well. Currently, we have seen 99 attestation rate. Yeah, it's a super small size cluster right now, but we are testing and we are developing. We are improving the cluster performance day by day. Pectra is planning end of the year, maybe next year. I don't know. Is depending the current Ethereum improve proposal. So yeah, we will see. Get is fully sync, but some housekeeping works need and also we need to prepare some documentation for the all validators. Aragon version 3 is running smoothly, but we need to test more and more for the full release. As Egor mentioned before, the red also, we want to bring red to Gnosis, so is a important feature, important client for especially for our client diversity. With the red, we will have a really nice client diversity, client options for every node operator. So most of the Gnosis specific logic is implemented, but yeah, right now is exploring how we can implement, how we can test it. Still goes on. The upcoming development site for the validator educational and analytics site. Yeah, we have a D49 info website. Right now, our blockchain analyst Hugo is working on this website to better providing a better information to all node operators and all the community. So right now is we almost done, but need to check, need to test, and also we are thinking about how we can add our brand identity on this page. So yeah, probably I won't give any timeline for that, but yeah, we are going step by step. Also, as you remember before, we had a validategnosis.com, which had a very poorly designed, but right now we want to build again this website. Our designers and our team is working on how we can prepare a more desirable and a more educational, more informative website to validate Gnosis. Who want to run a node, or those who want to become a validator, you can basically go to this website and learn lots of things. Because of we have a little bit gap between the advanced users. Most advanced users go to the official documents and they can easily find a lot of information. But if you are a noob, if you are a semi-experienced, so you need to find some easy to read documentation for that. So yeah, we are trying to build this website for this purpose. Hopefully we will launch end of this month or early July. Yeah, I will share more info about that. And also on the forum side, we have a new GIP, which is come from the Beacon Chain team. GIP 105 should Gnosis start support version 3 Gnosis Chain Explorer hosted by a Beacon Chain. This is a new post. Feel free to share your ideas, share your thoughts about this proposal. Yeah, Gnosis Chain Explorer is a really crucial part of our execution layer site. So yeah, please check it out, this post, and share your feelings about the upcoming update. Okay, yeah, that's all my side. If you have any questions, feel free to share it on the chat box, or if you want to talk, just ask me on the chat box. I will give you a microphone. Oh yeah. Oh yes, the Shutter team also here in the call, and we are happy to give a brief intro about Shutter and what it means for you as validators, of course. All right, Fredo, Loring also, Yannick also here, perfect. Okay, Yannick starts, right? Okay, invite to speak, Yannick.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Welcome to our
Awesome.
Validator Meetup, and feel free to share the upcoming Shutter's Beacon Chain.
Yeah, thank you very much. We're very excited. Maybe as a bit of background for the people who don't know yet, Shutter's Gnosis Chain is this effort of implementing an encrypted mempool on Gnosis Chain. The goal of that is to protect users, to make it more secure for users, especially from frontrunners, and also against censorship. Encrypted mempools improve censorship resistance, front-running resistance. We do that using threshold encryption. So we have a committee of nodes. They come together, produce keys, and these keys then can be used by users to encrypt their transactions, and then later by validators to decrypt them. To submit the transaction, users send it to a special contract, the sequencer contract, and that's also from where validators will pick them up. That's kind of the very short version how it works. Integrating such a protocol is in practice not very easy, and also a big change for a protocol. And therefore, big changes are always risky. So the approach we're trying to follow here is to be as safe as possible and do it in as small steps as possible. And the first step, what Aman just said, is we're going to launch it very soon, July 11th. And there, so the way we do this is that in the beginning it will only be opt-in for validators. So not all validators will be forced to follow these additional rules to decrypt transactions and include them in their blocks. Only validators who say I think that's a good effort and I want to support it, and I'm also willing to take on this additional risks if something goes wrong. Then they can register at a special contract and say I'm participating now, and only then they will have these additional duties of decrypting transactions and including them in their blocks. In this phase, we will start on July 11th during ECC. And if you are up for that, it would be great if you would register. Also, we would like to learn more about you, and that's why we have a kind of a survey planned, and I think Fred can say something about this maybe. He's also on the call.
Yes, he shared the validator interest form for early contributors. Fred, if you want to say something, you can talk.
Great. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so I just shared the form with you. So if you're interested in running a validator from the beginning on or early on, so we have a small type form where we also like to collect some basic information so that we can get some stats about the system. It's all opt-in, so you don't need to do it. You don't need to fill out the form. But if you are interested, we would be very happy to have you on board early on. And for that, get some information like where you're running the validator. So because we are also testing performance for this global network. If you're interested, you have the links if you have any questions. I just saw if it's going to be required to stake the shoe token for a keeper. For a keeper, it will be probably in the future. However, for validators, it's currently purely opt-in. And then we, as Yannick said, we incrementally continue to embed and make the system more secure. So there's a difference between keeper and validator, just to make this clear. So keepers are creating and releasing the decryption keys. Validators are just doing their normal duty, proposing blocks and being committed to include these transactions at the top of the block.
Fantastic. Feel free to share your questions about the Shutter's Gnosis Chain. We are pretty excited to have encrypted mempool on Gnosis Chain for that.
Maybe one thing I can say about why it would be very helpful for the protocol if many validators join is because if only a few validators join, so if you send an encrypted transaction, it will only be included by validators who joined the protocol. So the more validators join, the more blocks will be produced by joint validators, and the lower the latency will become for users. So users will not have to wait as long for a registered validator to propose a block. So the user experiences will become much better the more validators participate.
Perfect. I think we reached the time right now. Thank you for the participation, Shutter team, Yannick, Fredo. Yannick and Loring also will talk at the Gnosis Berlin meetup. I think 2 hours later at the Berlin at the full node office. So yeah, we will share the current record, the Validator meetup record, and also we will share the Gnosis Berlin meetup record on the YouTube. So yeah, thank you for participation. Thank you for the interest, the Gnosis Chain. I will share more info about the next Validator meetup. Probably it will happen July before the ETCC, because of the loss of teams. We go to the ETCC. I will share the exact date for all. Okay, thank you so much for the participation and see you next month.